Welcome back to Encyclopedia.zone. My name is Dr. Don Jolly. I am the editor-in-chief of Encyclopedia.zone, the internet's premier home for literary shitposting. I'm also a freelance writer whose work has appeared in the Los Angeles Review of Books, Penthouse Magazine, among others. And today, it's very exciting because we've actually updated Encyclopedia.zone for the first time since we launched in September. And yeah, we take a while between updates, but you want the quality, you want the top tier shit posting. You gotta put in a little time, you gotta put in some effort. And this update, the creamy tales of Sour Cream Dog, a character created by the cartoonist Kobold, idea by Space Lions, is a collection of 4 hard-hitting shit posts with amazing cartoons, MS Paint's art, and writing by the posters of Encyclopedia.zone. If you want to check out the full thing, go to Encyclopedia.zone right now and read some gorgeous HTML website pages. You just pretend it's 1999. Pretend that all this social media, all this this crazy crap isn't happening. Pretend that there are impeachment proceedings undergoing against the president, even though that would be crazy. That would be nuts. Just dial it back. Pretend it's 1999. Get on Encyclopedia.zone and enjoy some good, wholesome electronic magazine writing from the greatest shit posters in the world. So we're going to step through this update a little bit. Obviously, this guy over here is the anthropomorphic sour cream dog. I am the anthropomorphic sour cream dog, he says. Do not sexualize me. If you are eating food, I will relinquish a small amount of my cream to you. I do this of my own accord. This is not a sexual act. So that's, trigger warning. Do not sexualize the anthropomorphic sour cream dog, okay? Just don't do it. Don't do it at all. He doesn't want it. He's made his boundaries very clear. Do not do it. He's coming to share these creamy tales with you out of just the goodness of his heart, out of a reserve of love and respect that the sour cream dog has for all people. And you're just going to need to respect that. So part 1 here is Operation POS. This is, I wrote the text for this. Cartoons were done by Kobold with these MS Paint drawings by Raj, who owns Dagger now. But these guys are all posters on Encyclopedia.zone. Obviously, remember Kobold if you watched any of our road trip videos. But let's just go through what's going on here at the zone here a little bit. This is from Operation POS. Big changes are afoot at Encyclopedia.zone. Our editor, Don, has just relocated from New York City to Austin, Texas. He's taken with him a select group of zoners, most prominently the cartoonist and counterintelligence expert, Kobold. What's the operation? Well, technically it's treason to tell you. But one of the advantages of our present cultural climate is that telling the truth sounds so ridiculous that most people hearing it assume, reflexively, that they're being lied to. That's not proof of how stupid people are, by the way. This is a good change. People are being lied to all the time, constantly, by everything and everyone. A posture of general skepticism is to the 21st century what opposable thumbs were to the last ice age. Austin is home to the Meme Warfare Division of the United States Armed Forces. They operate out of the top floor of a skyscraper belonging to the University of Texas. These guys have cash, sweet oil industry / defense contractor cash, or colloquially, military industrial complex cheddar. They're willing to fund some pretty out there projects, hence Operation POS. Zone memologists in the Kawaii Research Division, headed by Kobold, determined earlier this year that possums are the cute animal that will carry the internet out of the 2010s and into the 2020s. Why? Well, possums live in garbage, eat trash, and scream, which was alienating for a while to most Americans, possums being a uniquely American animal. They're the only marsupial still living on the continent. Because material conditions were good enough that the majority of media consumers lived in houses or apartments and ate food. As the collapse materializes more fully, the once off-putting qualities of the American possum will become increasingly endearing and relatable. In the future, we'll all eat trash and scream. So it stands to reason that control of the future rests with that most humble of animals, the POS. The recent use of military canines to sell the official narrative on the killing of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi to the American people was the first step. This meme has demonstrated the propaganda value of animal cuties to the future operations of the military wing of our present empire. If the president were to nuke Iran tomorrow, the American electorate and its constituent consumers would probably be pretty upset. But what if a big fat posse named Snowball were to walk across the nuclear button? And what if the White House were to announce the attack by posting a picture of Snowball waddling across a control panel with the caption, "Oops, winky face"? The possibilities are unlimited. If you want to read more of that, you could just go over to Operation POS in the Creamy Tales of Sour Cream Dog. Part 2 is actually a collection of screenshots from the zone itself. I disappeared from encyclopedia.zone for a little while for reasons of my own. And this is how the forum reacted. Now, what was I really doing? Well, I gave the story to my good friend Zombie, who has a wonderful YouTube channel himself. He wrote it. It was illustrated by Spankies, who is an excellent friggin' artist. And they did a little comic book out of it. You can see some of the art for that here. I'm not going to, read the comic or anything, but I will say it's incredible quality work. Please check it out. That's part 2, Dawn is Gone. Part 3, I'm also not going to read any excerpts of. This is written by Kobold with artwork by Kobold. This is an all Kobold show. It is the most moving and affecting piece of writing you will ever read about episode 72 of Pokemon Go West Young Meowth. So, proper reverence, please. The fourth part was written by Container Core with artwork by Devil Doa, and the background was by the very gracious gentleman at Libra.garden, who somehow I held off on approving his account. I thought I did it. It got lost in the shuffle. I feel like shit about it. But if you want to know what I've been busy doing, read part 2 of the update. And, it's pretty important stuff. This is a really fucking excellent post. It's called Fast Track Your Mental Illness. And it's a meditation on the nature of social media and the connectedness that social media allows us to have in opposition to these sort of unsocial electronic communication methods like email and instant messaging. They just don't give you enough data. They don't give you enough fucking information. They don't allow your paranoia to take root the way that social media does. And let's go through this a little bit. The technocratic caste, the Zuckerbergentrum, are watchful Silicon Valley shepherds. What wonders they bestow! Endless spans are closed through the beeping impulses of electronic signal. They grant us the zen-like tranquility of the bottomless news feed, so that through scrolling, even the layman may attain the fabled mind without mind, bathing us in a calming flicker of blue light rays. And what greater gift have these modern-day Promethei given than quasi-omniscience? They convened and concluded rightly that the standard, now archaic, means of electronic communication, such as electronic mail and instantaneous messaging, had a grating finality to them. Click, boop, swoosh, out of sight and out of mind. If the recipient took his time to answer, it was because maybe he didn't check his inbox that day, or perhaps hadn't had time to write a response. Who knows? I'm sure you all see the problem here. How is the sender to know the precise moment his communications were read? Without this knowledge, how was he to know that his message had gone seen, but unanswered? Moving his correspondence to the social media app heightens the messenger's perception. His newly hatched third eye sees that his message was ignored, even though the recipient is online, or was read and then consciously, maliciously, ignored. Vital information. The purpose of information technology, after all, is to provide us more fruitful streams of information. And with this information, he can now work out exactly how much him and his messages are worth to his correspondents. Seen several hours ago, no response. His mind is free to extrapolate and fantasize, to become the architect of headcanons, explanations, and rationalizations, to plunge deep into anxieties and accelerate paranoid ideation. The knowledge that his receipts are due keeps him returning to the app because he knows they are inevitable and forthcoming. Just for some reason they haven't been sent yet. More time passes, still no response. But any associated bad thing, trademark, may accompany this heavy knowledge will dissipate in the newsfeed's warm embrace. Chewing the nourishing cud of integrated ads, photos of meals, adorable animal videos, very important news, and manufactured outrages will soothe and placate him until his mind is at ease. For the moment, at any rate. He'll soon be back to check if his message has been answered yet. This is the best way to guarantee you get the ads you need, the news you need to hear, the classmate/coworker vacation photographs to which your life situation requires immediate comparison. Fast track your mental illness. Seen by you. That's by Container. I just read the whole thing because it's a short little post. These wonderful Photoshops, by the way, are by Devil Doa. He does most of the Photoshop work here on the Zone. He's a fucking amazing digital artist. Everybody involved in this is an amazing digital artist. It's an extremely weird web page, and I say that with the utmost respect for the genre of weird web pages. So please stop what you're doing. Go over to encyclopedia.zone. Check out the creamy tales of Sour Cream Dog right there on the front page. And we'll see you in the funny papers, man.